Woo! Burrowhead my ass! Woo! It's my home's house!
Hey, at Astra Boys. Thank you, Travis. Thank you for calling in. We'll talk to you later. We got a show to do. Appreciate your time, though. All right. There it is. Once again, you're welcome. You know why? This is one of the greatest shows ever. And you're welcome.
It's pretty good. I like
for
it.
your ears, for your ears, for your pleasure. I am Casey Waltz.
T.I.
And I guess we've decided that it's going to be Hooters.
Yes, or I thought it was going to be the Fighting Hooters and then the original T.I. The original T.I.
Okay, we could be the or I could be White Guy T.I.
I don't like that. I like the original.
The original T.I.
Original T.I.
And we are the Ad Astra Boys Sports Podcast. And, man, it's been a while. I feel like it's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks because it's been like 2 weeks.
Why has it been so long, Waltz?
Because, well, you were out of town last Friday, right?
That was the reason last Friday, yes.
Yeah.
So last week we recorded. And
that's right. Yeah,
yes.
The week before that. 2 weeks ago we recorded.
Which was a fire episode.
Had a great show. Had a great lineup.
Man.
I mean,
had
Patrick Mahomes, he actually called into the show and he asked if he wanted to be best, or if I wanted to be best friends. And yeah. And then, but what happened to the show?
Well, we even got a standing ovation from our studio audience. So it was a pretty good show. So a couple things happened, right? First thing that happened, I think somebody was hitting
We appointed UIT.
Yeah, well, I think somebody was hitting a lot of buttons and making a lot of adjustments on the Roadcaster. So it was a combination of
too many buttons
mishaps. It was a combination of mishaps. So anyway, we had a really crappy recording. That aside, I was in the middle of fixing it, and lo and behold, it got erased. So.
What's in the past?
Riverside.
What's in the past
is in the past.
In the past, absolutely.
And we live and we learn.
It's in the cloud now.
I wish it was.
somewhere.
If it was in the
It's
cloud,
somewhere in the cloud.
Listen, if it was in the cloud, we would have pulled it back.
I think it was sabotaged.
Anyway, what do we got on? What do we got on deck today? What's starting off the show?
So the start of the show, let's start with some friendly banter. So
should we do our sponsors?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, Joseph.
So first off, we got Stanley Wood Products. If you need some cabinets, hit my man up, David Davis. He'll shoot you a quote and get you some new cabinets.
Everybody needs cabinets.
Oh man!
I mean, if you don't have cabinets,
family-owned business for 30 years.
Just put stuff on the wall.
Yeah,
I use cabinets.
That's good. So I use cabinets.
I use
awesome,
cabinets.
dude.
I use cabinets at home
awesome.
every day.
good.
About
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I have some, and everybody needs cabinets. So
And
if
then
you
what
don't,
do we-
you just have a wall.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you have cabinets, you're probably gonna have plates in there and stuff, right? So you want to eat?
Yeah.
You want to eat?
Yeah, unless you're going to just put your plates on the table.
Right. So if you need something to eat, hit up Spoke Town Barbecue.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yeah, 7702 Shimishin Parkway.
That's a really good place, right? You can go there for a family
said-
dinner.
he said
It's a really good place.
It was a
Good place, right?
It's a great place.
Am I right?
Just try it.
I don't know. I'm not
You
too
gotta
sure.
try the Texas toast. No.
The Texas toast
am I
is
right?
freaking delicious. It is.
Oh, I love the spicy
The spicy sauce?
the wing sauce.
Oh, the 50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 50-50 wing
I
sauce.
love the wing sauce. Try the wings. I'm telling you.
So Jamie McCombs actually told me you should mix the 50-50 sauce with ranch and make another entire sauce for the wings.
Why are you giving out their secret sauce?
That was her secret sauce.
It's not a secret anymore.
Okay.
No
Sorry.
longer a
With
secret.
all the tens
I
and
think-
tens
I
of
think
viewers
she-
that we have,
I
they're
think,
gonna.
yeah.
And
I
our
think she
8
told many
subscribers.
people that. We have nine.
Oh, 9.
We're up to 9
We're
subscribers.
growing.
And
And
we're
we
gonna
haven't
get
even
on.
advertised.
We're gonna get on apparel. We're gonna get Ad Astra Boys t-shirts and baseball caps and poodle skirts. I don't know what do girls wear nowadays? Blouses.
The hell are we getting poodle
So
skirts?
if we had poodle skirts, we couldn't actually see them because, it's the waist up on camera.
Oh, I'm wearing one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're not off to a good start so far. So it's been so long.
We're fucking talking about poodle skirts.
So it's been
Out
so
of left
long
field.
since our last show that was deleted, and then prior to that. Okay, so a lot has happened. I feel like a lot has happened. So the Royals went on a huge winning streak, and now they're in second place in our division. And then the KC Sporting, they are in competition for the playoffs already. They're doing so well, and the KC Current.
So I
They're
think you
doing
are.
very well.
I think you are in 2015.
Yes.
You are in 2015 buddy. 2015.
I was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty
Something-
sure.
What's going on? I mean, I looked it up in Wikipedia. So KC Current, they're not
2015.
undefeated.
I don't know about the KC Current, but I know.
I don't think they've won any yet.
I know Sporting
unfortunately.
Kansas City has they won a game?
They started 0-3. Have they played since then? I know they were 0-3, and I know Current was
Have they
0-2.
played since? Yeah.
I
So-
think they might be 1-2. I don't know how many games they've played so
Okay.
far.
So the truth is, the Royals are terrible. Okay. I asked a show before, and I was like, do we need to panic? You guys said no. I said, okay, and I agreed with you. I was excited about this season, not to be in the playoffs maybe, but at least to be a little competitive.
Now we're in panic mode.
It's embarrassing. The outfield's embarrassing. The hitting's embarrassing. We've been outscored what is it? 80 something.
A quick counting.
Yeah.
So I saw our batting lineup the other day, and every batter in our lineup was in the 100s.
Yeah, I saw that too. It popped up on
the
my screen.
100s.
In the 100s.
I scrolled up and down. I'm thinking,
every person, every one of them.
including Bobby Witt Jr.
Yes. Oh, he's been hot lately. He's been he's turning around.
He's been hot, but he's not batting over 200 yet. But he's coming back, right?
Maybe now, because that was probably like last week when I
It's
saw
still
that.
early. It's still early.
And unfortunately, you have some news on Bubich, our pitcher, one of our mini pitchers. Actually, he was, kind of getting up there. He was getting a little hot, but unfortunately, he's going to do some Tommy Juan's surgery.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
So-
Good one,
It's
T.I.
a tough one.
Real quick, Bobby Witt Jr. is up to 260, so he's been on fire here the past week or so.
What's everybody else's?
I just looked him up.
Oh, okay. For today's lineup, you didn't see that?
Well, I just looked up his stats.
So, and then we have, just real quick, the Sporting KC. They have not won one game at all. I think they have 2 draws. So, they scored a couple of goals. It has not been good. And then the KC Current, when they first started 2 years ago, they were last. Then last year, they made it to the championship and lost. But it was an exciting season. It was an exciting game. It was still a good game, but, they lost the championship. Okay. But then going back to last again this year, I don't know.
So, do we want to talk about the situation with the KC Current? Because then they just got rid of their coach, correct?
They did.
Because he was being just a dick to everybody. Was that kind of, or was it a sexual harassment thing, or was he just being just an absolute asshole?
Oh, did you see something? I just assumed they fired him because it was just a terrible season.
No. There was a situation.
Really?
I think a lot of people, all the players
Do
were
tell.
complaining that he was just being a fucking complete dick. And
Interesting.
kind of like Mangino. Remember how he got ran out of town because they were like, oh, he's being just too hard on the players and this and that.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those deals.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So speaking of the KC Current, I met the mother of one of their soccer players.
Really?
Yes, I met her mom. The player is Alex Loera. So her mom works at my
I like
company.
how you pronounce that name. Good job, buddy.
Yeah,
What's
that's
her
how it's
last name?
pronounced. Alex Loera.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, right now, she recently had broke her foot, so she's going to be sidelined for about 10 weeks or so, I believe. So we hope she gets better really soon. She was actually, I think, like the 35th overall pick a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And where she come from, she's a hell of a defender. She was.
What part of the country is she from?
I remember right. I want to say she ended up going to. She's out of Colorado. I know that.
Okay.
She lives here currently, obviously, but I want to say she went to college at Santa Barbara, where she was in defensive player of the year in her conference.
Okay. I did drive by the new stadium the other day, and it's like their construction's underway.
Nice. Speaking of construction, they've been putting up the stage for the NFL draft.
Yeah, They have. It doesn't look like it's close to done, and it's next week.
No, well, see, so obviously a lot of it, right? They're going to do as much as they can at the end, right? They're not going to want to put up a bunch of stuff, so I don't think we're going to see a lot.
Just like we was talking about having an outside event in Kansas City during April, that's a bad choice. I don't know. It's not going to be very warm. I think it's like 65.
It's a coin toss lately with the way the weather's been.
65's nice. It's not going to rain.
I mean,
I think
65
the entire
and
Thursday,
sunny.
Friday, Saturday, yeah, it'll be
What
nice.
about 65 and cloudy and windy? That's not the same.
I don't think it's going to be that windy. Well, it has been very windy recently. I had to wear baseball caps and then hair nets. And
I can see you wearing a hairnet.
Waltz wears a
sleep.
hairnet at home when he cooks.
No, to sleep. He has to, put his whatever he puts on his hair, put the hairnet on.
I put in leave-in conditioner at night.
See, told you.
Yeah,
Is that so you don't have to wash your hair in the morning?
No, we're not getting started. So back to the NFL draft.
I have for my hair. I have a 5-step process.
Okay, okay.
And
never
my
mind.
face is a 4-step process.
See what you started?
And now I realize.
Oh my God!
Oh, by the way, my State Avenue Dental's.
Just throw some dirt in that hair.
No.
That's a stupid dream. My State Avenue Dental, where I go for my dentist, they're offering Botox. You believe that?
Okay.
Go to the dentist and get some Botox on the side.
Yeah, I guess so. So
Is that where you really want to go get your Botox at, though?
my dentist?
The guy
Why
that just
not?
probably took a quick class online.
Is there like an actual Botox doctor?
So
There are people that do only Botox.
But so they have a Botox
Not only Botox.
party at Tanner's on 87th. Like people just come in there and get Botox.
Seems kind of weird, but
Yeah.
do they share the
a
needles?
random Botox party.
I have no idea.
And there's karaoke.
Like if you told me that was on the West Coast, I'm like, not weird at all. Not
Yeah.
weird at all. But
Kansas
here in
City?
Kansas City,
Not ready for that.
we ain't ready for
But
that.
apparently we are.
About to see a bunch of them fish lips, guys.
Yeah.
So
the NFL draft.
yeah. So let's talk about the draft. So I'm thinking that's coming up. Everybody welcome around the world. So you think the Chiefs will pick up? You think they're going to move up, or you think they're going to pick up a wide receiver or a tackle?
Man, if they want anybody good, they're going to have to move up. If they want to get one of the top receivers or the top tackles, I know. I was watching ESPN today, and they had 4 offensive tackles that were rated 90 or higher. But then they named like 8 teams that needed them in the first 20 picks. So I mean, none of them guys are going to drop to 31.
Yeah, I don't see them picking up a tackle or trying to move up to pick up a tackle. I think if they're going to move up, they're going to really go for something like a wide receiver or a tight end. But if they don't move, a defensive end.
Oh, we're not going to go for a tight end, I don't think.
Well, no. So there's a pretty good tight end out
We
of
got
Notre
Fortson
Dame.
already. We got Jody Fortson. He's pretty damn good. Why don't we develop him?
I don't know about him in the long run. I mean, right now, whatever. But now there's this kid out of Notre Dame who Tim Grenhart is high on. He said he would trade up to get him.
I think I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim Grunhart, like the new Veach.
Well, I mean, he comes on. He comes on 8-10. And
Yeah,
talks
so
a lot,
he obviously.
Yeah, we give props to our local sports broadcasters or shows, 810 Sports and 610 Sports AM.
Do you listen to 610 a lot?
I listen to 610.
Oh, look at you, buddy!
I
Look
listen
at
to
you.
610 on the way home. So that's about 4-ish, 4:30-ish. And then on the way to work, I listen to 810. And then while I'm at work, I listen to 810 all the way until 12 o'clock. So yeah, more 810 than 610.
So you don't like Saran Petro's show? Is that the problem?
I listen to more 610. I like I forget what his name is, but I like listen to him. He's kind of funny. You know, I like funny.
Yeah, I probably try to pick up some jokes. Is that what you're doing there?
No, I got my own. I hate when people ask me, do something funny, say something funny. I'm like, no, you just.
I know. Now we're all waiting for it.
Yeah,
Right,
It's
right.
just, I'm a freestylist. Like if I was a rapper,
Yeah, you got to.
I would freestyle. I just,
Okay.
Wilkes
Okay,
does it straight off the top.
So besides the Chiefs, they're thinking like maybe 4 quarterbacks in the top 10. Like they're thinking, what's his name? Bryce. What's his name? Bryce.
Quarterbacks are so risky. They're so risky
I
to
think Bryce,
take with the top 10.
Bryce
pick.
Young is a good pick, but he's short. He's short. That's not helping him.
Were you guys even impressed with this year's quarterbacks?
Oh, they said the quarterback crop is pretty high. Like they got Bryce Young.
I know what they say, but what do you say?
C.J. Stroud, Will Levis, whatever his name is, Anthony Richardson from Florida.
I could honestly say I didn't watch enough college football this past year to be able to really weigh in and
here's
to
the
give
thing.
a great answer to that. Because I don't really.
Everybody's
know
going to chase the quarterback. I mean, you got to chase it. You have to get it.
Yeah.
You have to have a quarterback.
It's almost like
You
it's
have
the
to have a
law.
quarterback.
If there's a quarterback out there, it's almost, even if you don't want to pick him up, it's almost like it's the law that if you have such a high round pick, you might as well just get your quarterback. So you get everybody off your
if you
back.
don't have a quarterback,
But you got to have an Andy Reid or somebody that can develop those quarterbacks. If not, they go to a sucky ass team with a sucky ass coach, and they're just horrible. How many number one draft picks have we seen that go to these horrible, terrible teams like Chicago and Jacksonville and the Jets, and they just bomb?
Eli Manning went to the Giants, but that was an exception, right? But you're right. Most of them.
He was supposed to go to San Diego.
he did get picked by San Diego and then traded.
Yep.
But I mean, Patrick Mahomes fell in the perfect situation.
Oh,
Andy Reid, Alex Smith, tutored him along. I mean, it was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And now it's like, here we go.
And I'm so glad that the Chiefs did the right thing by moving on from Alex Smith, right? A lot of teams, what they would have done, they would have stuck with Alex Smith a couple more years. Let's develop the young guy. We still got our guy Smith playing solid. But obviously they knew what they were seeing in practice, what we weren't seeing.
No. So preseason, Patrick Mahomes, rookie year, watching him play, the ball just came out of his hand different. I could see it right away. I was like, and I'm usually not like a scout guy, but man, I could see the ball came out of his hand different. And I was like, this dude, yeah.
Yes. So back then, and before he became a household name, Michael Vick was even talking about him, right? And that's when Michael Vick, and this is when he got on my radar, when Michael Vick said, hey, I've seen this guy do some things in practice that I've never seen anyone in the NFL do. He's far better than I ever was. And so, or he has the capability to be better than I ever was. And I'm paraphrasing. It was something along those lines.
Right.
Yeah, so once he said that, and then I seen him play in that Chiefs fan, he had put a post out on there because, some people were upset, and I ain't saying he was upset about it, but some people didn't like the fact that we were moving on from Alex Smith, and they really kind of wanted him to maybe stay another year. And so people were putting up their predictions of where they thought we might end up that season. And anyways, I'll just say this. I was the only one, I think, on that thread that actually said, hey, I think he lifts our team up. I think he takes us to the playoffs, and I feel like we have the chance to win it all with this kid.
With Patrick?
Yeah, and this, I called it before he was our starter.
So Alex Smith was a good quarterback. He never brought us back from anything. Anytime he had an opportunity, like, hey, last second drive, last few minute drive, whatever, it just never happened. Never happened.
Great game manager.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
He managed way too much. I think he was just way too careful.
He did a lot of managing.
Yeah, he didn't take the chances. He didn't gamble. He was a good runner, but he couldn't find anybody that was wide open. Look how many times Travis Kelce was getting upset. Like, dude, I'm wide open.
Not even the wide open.
Me?
He would never take a chance.
That's what I meant. Right. Yeah, he wouldn't take a gamble. He wouldn't take a chance. He wouldn't say, "Fuck it, let me just throw it up there," and you just reach up for it.
Hey, fuck it, Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Yeah, something. Right. Travis Kelce. I mean, you got those weapons, and you can't figure it out.
And that was really the reason I was so happy when I knew they was going to start playing it, because we had those weapons. Right? It's like you want a special quarterback when you have those special weapons, and you're right. Alex Smith, great game manager, but he didn't have too many of those exciting plays because he wasn't willing to risk it all like Patrick is.
Man, when we had Tyreek, we had Kelce, we had Hunt, we had Watkins. Man, that was That was a lot of weapons right there.
Thanks to the Clarks. Thanks to the Clarks getting all those players.
Yeah, the Clarks. I gotta say thanks to the Clarks.
All right. Anything else about the NFL? Anything else about the Chiefs?
We got the five players suspended for gambling.
Yeah,
That's a tough one, man.
Well, no. I think it's so. Williamson and that other guy, they were not gambling on the NFL.
No.
So that is a tough.
It was a college
one.
It was a college game. So I'm just curious. Okay,
But
so
the other three were gambling on NFL games.
yeah, no, you can't do that. They knew that shit.
Yeah,
but did the other
I agree on the NFL game.
Did the other player that bet on the college game, was he like completely aware that they cannot gamble at all? These are grown ass men now. They get paid millions of dollars, and they have an app on their phone just like we all do, and place a little bet. Now, did they place a little bet on NFL? They knew that was illegal. They can't do that.
So what do you think a little bet was for them? Like 10 grand?
Yeah. Me, $40.
Right. I want to win this $80.
But the point is, for them to get suspended for so many freaking games for betting on something that had nothing to do with the NFL, I don't get it. But yet you got players out there like committing crimes that are like beating up on women and just doing stupid shit, much more worse than just gambling on a game that has nothing to do with your profession.
No, I do have to agree with what you just said. Like, so the gambling, they're like, oh, it's a year, this, but somebody else, like, you get caught on camera hitting your wife in the face. That's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They're kind of like,
I heard this guy.
Well,
Hear this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, no.
Or kicking the chick in the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
well,
I wish. Listen,
maybe he was trying to step over her and accidentally
Hunt,
brushed her.
I wish Hunt never would have made that emotional mistake. You know what I mean? But we move on. Anyways,
we move on.
It was ultimately wrong, Hunt. And,
also we won 2 Super Bowls since him. So
if you would have tuned into
That's
that last episode that was like abruptly deleted, we had a whole freaking
maybe that's why it was deleted.
yeah.
No.
Sabotage.
Here's the thing. No.
Sabotage.
It would have been so easy for me to just edit things out. So that's all I would have simply done. Or I just would have been like, oh, look, we got a bunch of multiple clips. But no. I had some good stuff on there, too. Anyways.
I don't want to talk about it.
Me neither.
So, and you know what? I disagree. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, so can they ever, place a bet? I mean, we all have those apps. I mean, okay, we'll get over it.
Well, here's the thing, real quick.
Whatever.
So it's unprecedented times for when you think about gambling, right? They're throwing it in our face so much. It's on TV. It pops up on your phone. It pops up. It pops up in your feeds. And think about it. These are young guys. These are kids still, right?
Right.
They kids and man, like their bodies, obviously they men, but when we get our age now, we look back and we're like, man, they're kids in a lot of ways. So I would be a little bit more lenient on them.
So,
give them a few games.
I disagree.
Tell them the next time it might be indefinite.
I disagree with the suspension on gambling and other sports, other stuff. The NFL gambling,
Makes
okay,
sense.
you can't have that.
Do you think it's because they feel like, hey, they're kind of part of some type of fraternity? And what I mean by that is, if they're in the NFL and there's obviously NFL or college players, they're a community. They'll fly over here.
Okay.
They're like a community, right? So is it that they think that they might have relationships or know some of these college players, and that's why they can't gamble on that type of stuff specifically?
So maybe like not football at all. If you're going to gamble,
could they bet on golf?
Right. They might know a golfer. Who knows?
The Kentucky Derby's coming up. Why they can't? They place a little bet on I don't know, Santa's Little Helper.
Did you make a bet on Santa's Little Helper one time? Well, that's from a movie, ain't it? Is that from a movie?
That was his first joke.
No, that sounds familiar. What is
that?
Do
you know where it's from, T.I.?
It sounds like
that's from something.
Oh my God,
you guys, something.
You're both idiots.
Hold on, I knew it was from something.
Is it The Simpsons?
Yeah. We're just about to say that. God damn it!
But what is it?
Trying to remember.
It was his dog. It was their dog, right?
Thank you, Jimmy.
I was thinking the dog. Look, I was thinking the dog, but in my mind, it's like, what was the dog's name so I could eliminate it? And I was like, it's not coming.
Just real quick on the draft. I keep on hearing out there that if we do just keep our position, our 31st spot, 31st, right? 31st pick.
Yep.
That we're looking at either Quentin Johnson, the wide receiver from TCU,
I think he's going to be gone before then.
He's going to be gone.
or Zay Flowers, the wide receiver from Boston College.
I think he's going to be gone too. Like, I know that whole thing, like the Zay Flowers, like, hey, come down and work out with Patrick Mahomes. But it sounds like, so from what I've heard, those two guys are going to be gone before it gets to us.
I heard like Quentin Johnson had a lot of drop problems, but he's a good wide receiver.
So he has like high, but there was like
High potential is what you're saying.
He was like up and down.
6'2".
He's he's
Right?
He's built like a NFL receiver. He's ready to come play.
So there's been a lot of hype about Justin Ross lately, being that we're speaking about wide receivers. Do you think Justin Ross, did we ever even see him play?
No,
Has
he was on the
up?
practice squad. I think he was hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was in college, his first year, he had a great year, like a phenomenal year. But then he got hurt. It was like a back thing, so he hasn't really. I don't know.
So him and Patrick have actually been getting together for a lot of workouts together, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they've been doing a lot of workouts together, and Patrick's been speaking really high on him, basically saying, "Hey, this guy has a high ceiling." So I'm excited. I hope he's not gaslighting us. I hope he's telling the truth.
Well, I think a lot to do with that guy is his health. If he can be healthy and get on the field and do some stuff, then he has a chance.
Yeah,
But
one thing that Patrick Mahomes has been known for is getting out there in public in front of the media and then the entire world and talking crap about players.
I mean, he talks to everybody.
So-
else.
so-
He's
hold on.
gonna talk everybody.
Who has
out.
he?
He's not.
So has he talked somebody up that didn't come out and perform?
I can't think of one right off my head, but I bet there's one.
Probably, because you're
Yeah, I
right.
bet there's one out
He's
there.
doing that thing, right? I get it. He's going to come out,
no,
and if somebody
he-
asks him about it, I get it. You're going to want to, like, yeah, the guy's great. He's got all the potential. He's amazing. I get it.
Like Andy Reid and his answers, they're just all generic and
Andy
Yeah,
Reid.
it's scripted somewhat.
Well, you know, they're
Andy
very,
Reid doesn't even answer the questions. He starts
they're
talking.
very well coached.
Yeah,
they're very
I know.
well coached on the other side. He's been around in the business for a while. Yeah, they're very well coached. I mean, come on, man.
He did a interview recently.
I want to hear one time that he says, "You know what? This team fucking sucks. You know what? We're gonna just go ahead and play our starters for like the first
so I got a
couple
quick,
of quarters after
Here,
that.
like any coach
Yeah.
say
We're
that.
only in the fourth weekend. I get it, but this team sucks. Have you seen them? So much controversy.
So I got a quick story about Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. So we ordered one of those Super Bowl footballs, right? And it was like it's not coming in until the end of April, so we're about to get it. So they call us and they're, hey, we have this opportunity for signatures, blah blah blah. Like, cool, for Andy Reid and Travis Kelce, awesome. What is it? Let's hear. What's going on with this opportunity? Well, Travis Kelce is $450 and Andy Reid is $425. I'm like, just send me my football.
For a signature?
$450 for Travis Kelce to sign it. $425 for Andy Reid to sign it. That's probably the going
That's
rate.
like almost $2,000.
bank.
Man, dude, someone is, someone's making money.
Somebody's paying for that.
But
I don't know. No.
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 I mean,
okay.
there's lots of signatures back here,
I don't know.
but
But you signed them yourself.
okay, Tony Hanna.
I'm sorry about the Paul Ossenmacher rookie card from 30-some years ago, Mr. Danny Flores, if you're listening.
and Corey
He
Russo.
is listening. He's subscribed. and Corey will
I
subscribe.
forgot what the Corey one was, man. What the hell was that? That was
Man.
Don Mattingly.
no, something ridiculous happened. Anyways,
I did so when I was a kid, like my dad worked at the Kansas City Star, so he found out when Joe Montana had practice, right? So we went there and I had a card, and I just took a regular pen, whatever. He walks out, I'm like, oh, there he is. I'm gonna go ask him.
shut up, kid.
He said, okay, yeah. He grabbed my stuff. He said, oh, you got the wrong pen. Handed it back. I was like, oh no.
And he didn't sign it.
You had a Bic pen?
Yeah. I didn't know. I don't know. But the people he was walking with, they had the right pen, and their mom would say, oh, so and so, you have let them use your pen. I'm like,
The other kid was like, "No, mom, that's my pen."
no, but they let me use the pen, and I got his signature. So I got Joe.
Who
Montana's
was it?
signature.
Joe Montana?
Joe Montana.
Hey, can you show it to us?
What an asswipe.
Well, it's upstairs in my room. I'll bring it down
It's
next
okay.
episode.
I was just teasing. That would be cool though.
It was a good story because I was like, I brought the wrong pen.
It
Here
would have been
he
like a
is.
great time to be
Oh,
like,
God.
and here it is.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you go to, I don't know, Pierpont's.
Where?
At the Pierpont's.
It's going to Pierpont's. This is a sports podcast, sir. This isn't a home improvement show.
Once again, where are we going?
Pierpont's.
Is that a restaurant in
Pier
Union
Ponds?
Station?
Pierpont. Maybe we're talking about two different things. Pierpont's
Isn't
is
that
where you would go
isn't
buy
that a restaurant
vases.
at Union Station? Okay, let's say, for instance, on the Plaza, right? Okay. So
All right, we know the plaza.
somehow, some way, you broke asses happen to have enough money to go into one of these fancy restaurants on
Why
the
we
Plaza.
gotta be broke for?
On the Plaza. Oh, please, we're all broke. On the
Okay.
Plaza.
That's
Is
true.
this happy hour?
That's very true.
We're at happy hour?
No, this isn't happy hour, you thug. You get out of here. So, you're going to go have dinner, right? Okay. So, you're sitting there in the booth, and then you realize over there, you're like, oh, shit, that's Brittany and Patrick Holmes and their kids that are named after medals. And, like, okay, so what do you do? So, what do you do? Is this a chance of a lifetime to actually go and approach them to ask
No.
Patrick Mahomes for something?
I
Or
would
do
not.
you leave
Never.
them alone?
I would not. And just the other day, this was like probably 2 weeks ago, my son's baseball practice, we were doing inside baseball practice, and the person that had the tunnel in front of us was Alex Gordon. We walked up, there's like all this Kansas City Royal, all the players had Kansas City Royal stuff. I was like, is this Alex Gordon? And it was Alex Gordon. So we just, talked to him politely and moved on.
Did
But,
you ask him to see if he wanted to play in our co-ed on softball?
Man, I should have. Our other coach asked him,
believe it might be free.
how do you like retirement? And he was like, I love it.
Oh, well, see, he's retired. He can come play with this. Now, I wouldn't start him because, I'm loyal to my friends.
Well, he's
but-
going to have to earn his spot. He's going
Right.
to have to come in. He's going to have to root us on for
so
a while. Show that team
ask him,
spirit first.
where is he more comfortable in playing what position, right?
So going to our
So going back,
co-ed-
let me
okay.
let me give him my answer.
All right,
I agree with you, Joe. I probably would not. Monica would probably be like, fuck this. This is a chance of a lifetime. Let's go. No, they're going to have dinner. Let's be patient. Let's just wait. Maybe after dinner when they get up and go. Hell yeah, we're going to be sticking around until they leave. Hell yeah, I'm going to be stalking. But I am not going to
You have
go
to-
up to their table.
Yeah, you have to do like some kind of like accidental bumping into him. Oh, hey.
You know who are the worst
there.
ones?
Hey
You know who are
there,
the worst
guy.
ones? And you guys seen this, right? They'll be sitting there. Maybe they're doing an autograph or they're talking to people. And it's those idiots that'll come up, right? They don't even ask. They'll stick their head right by him and they're like,
Yeah. Or they'll bring like fucking 5 things to sign. And like, did you know I was going to be here? What would be your answer, T.I.? Would you go up?
I would not go up. Because here's the thing. If I ever met Patrick Mahomes, I want the guy to like me. And there's no way for a person to
That's
like
gonna be a tough one, huh?
That's a tough. Well, 'cause
Everybody loves T.I.
fucking Joe. That's a good joke, asshole.
my bad.
No,
homie.
you ain't gotta apologize for a good joke.
No, don't apologize for everybody hating T.I.
Hey, this ain't everybody hates Chris, and people like me. Goddammit. Anyways,
Apparently, we like you. We put up with you for like the last 35
yeah,
years.
30 some odd fucking
There's
years.
Ken. Fuck Ken.
Buck can. Sounds like we're saying something else.
Oh.
45 minutes.
You hit that one every time. That's not the one.
Idiot over here. Stupid.
I know. Okay. All right. Fuck Ken. Yeah. And then there's Corey. He likes you.
So speaking.
Danny Flores.
Danny's-
Richard.
Danny is a cool guy.
So no, let's go. Let's.
Richard's cool.
True Hall Richard.
Speaking of
fucking, obviously he has not made it to one of our shows, but he always wants to have input.
Have we asked?
I ask him
Oh,
every week.
even hey, he knows.
Oh, almost
he
like
could join.
softball.
Hey, look. Here's the other thing.
Well, we ask him all the time,
No,
and he's
no.
like, "Oh, well, hey, man, I got tap dancing classes."
Well,
Oh,
hey,
man.
show
I'll,
up.
I'll do anything but pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come out next Sunday.
Ken,
Come on,
all
Brent.
you have to do is pick up your phone. We'll send you the link. You click on it, put in your earbuds, and let's talk.
No, we did have a conversation about doing the food challenge at Smoketown. So everybody had this, that, and that. So we are working on this Astra Boys food challenge at Smoketown. We'll see what happens, but
I told you guys you need to have permission from the actual owner. Well,
Well,
just like my
that's-
old deal. Hey, mention at Astra Boys and you get a free soda. Or you get a free small fry. But he was like, stop saying that. You can't do that.
He might have to give 9 free fries away.
Yeah. We have 9 subscribers. You believe me, I'll go back with the mustache on. I'll go back with the hat on. Hey, how you doing? I heard about the Astra boys.
Are you one of the subscribers?
Actually, I am, yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've actually subscribed.
What does that mean?
Everyone.
I subscribe too, so
I'll be honest with you.
We have 7 subscribers aside from us.
Okay, so I'm not.
There's some
I've never
subscribers that we
subscribed.
don't know.
Yeah, right.
There's a couple.
And thank you for subscribing. But by the way, I've never subscribed to anything before because they were like, point down, like us, subscribe. But I've never done it because I don't understand. What does that mean?
Because you don't have the pop-up things up there. You're like,
I'll tell you what that means.
What does it
for
mean
me.
to subscribe?
I am very picky about the shows that I'm going to subscribe to, right? I've only subscribed to 3 other programs before.
No. So what happens when you subscribe? What does that mean?
Does it like give you like an alert? Hey, there's a new show out.
I was going somewhere else. It means that we're awesome, so we subscribe to our show. But all that really means is when you subscribe, right?
There's like 3 different screws here.
We could talk about that. Yeah. But when you subscribe, they have the ability to then put on there to be alerted, right? So then if they're alerted anytime you drop a video, they get an alert, usually through email.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need the alerts.
But here's the thing. So, yes, you want the subscribers, but YouTube has recently changed the algorithm, actually. So it's not so much about the subscribers anymore. It's really just about viewing hours. Like how much viewing hours and how many views have you had?
Right.
Right.
Because you can subscribe and then not watch anything, right?
Exactly. And plus, a lot of people buy their subscribers. They're called bot subscribers. So a lot of people, what they do is they'll buy their subscribers. And the reason they do that is so that if they want to go out and get advertisers, they want to say, hey, look at all my subscribers.
My girls, when they were teenagers, like, oh, we can buy these, Instagram. We can buy all, so we can be Instagram famous. We're like, we can buy so many people or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Now the algorithm won't pay. No, I'll just explain. The
pay
algorithm.
money?
The algorithm.
Yeah, you pay money to get these people, and then like you have so many likes or whatever, then you can do this or
Like
whatever.
how much per person? I mean,
I have no idea. I have no idea what the pricing was.
That's
I just know
fucking
it.
stupid.
I know it was a
This
thing.
is why
They
we
talked about it.
we
I
give
remember
you
talking about it all the time.
a great product. We don't have to buy anybody, but we will if we have to. But we don't have to because you want to tune into us because you're listening to good, great, quality sports analysis,
Groundbreaking.
local sports, groundbreaking. I mean,
Have we said anything
we got
groundbreaking
updates.
today? Oh no.
I don't think we've ever said that.
I would like to go over our shirts real quick. We got Tony Hanna with the Chiefs camouflage. We have Waltz with Sporting Kansas City. And then I'm sporting the Johnny's on 7th, cheapest bar in town. Go talk to Chris O'Connor. He'll probably buy you a shot. And you'll probably get drunk black.
I will
blackout
tell
drunk.
you what.
Blackout drunk.
Johnny's on 7th Street is the greatest dive bar in KCK.
Oh, no doubt.
I'm telling you, some of the best Irish whiskeys, best bourbons. I mean, a huge plethora. See what I did there?
Look at that. Yeah.
Three Amigos, plethora of bourbons and whiskeys and tequilas. It's weird for them being a dive bar. I'll give them this credit. The restrooms are shitty, but they have a shitload of beers to choose from.
So it is. The bathrooms were voted worst bathrooms in Kansas City on the pitch. Woo. But you know what? It's free darts, free music, free pool, cheap drinks.
Didn't it used to be free popcorn?
It used to be free popcorn.
Ew, would you want to get popcorn? So
No.
It was always
So,
stale.
Joe,
It was free stale popcorn.
So remember, you and I used to do the cooler challenge. Remember
Yes,
that?
at
Okay.
Danny's.
So yeah, the cooler challenge
Do we
is
have J7 too? Or no?
no, not yet. But I want to do it at J7. You know why? Because they have
man.
a huge,
It's all over the place.
plethora
It is.
of different beers than
yeah,
Danny's
yeah.
did. So at Danny's, at the Legends, we used to love going there, and we still do. And myself and Joe Hooters over here, we used to sit down like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do the cooler challenge. So what you do is you'll pick one row, and then it usually has about, 8 different beers?
Yeah.
So no matter what it is, no matter how it tastes, no matter what's going on, what kind of crappy beer it is, you have to drink that one beer. So we'll pick one. pick the second one. We pick the third one. After a while, the bartender's like,
Man.
"Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, next up is Ultra. All right, yeah, we've had Ultra, and the next one is some kind of peach crappy ass, nasty ass beer. Like, fuck it, we're gonna have to drink it.
I think that one night we knocked out the whole door.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, one night we did.
No, we did 2 rows. It wasn't the whole entire door. We wouldn't even be able to even get out of there. But I do remember this one time. It was a claw or seltzer back then when seltzers weren't even cool.
White Claw.
Something. It was
We drink White Claw.
It wasn't
No
a
way,
manly
man.
I think
kind of
girls
drink.
drink White Claw.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't a
Yeah.
manly drink, so we asked for it to be poured into a glass.
makes sense now.
Oh, so we
give
don't.
it to
So
us.
no one can see the can.
So nobody can see it. We're like, okay, all right. So
pour it into a glass.
So the bartender,
This
okay,
one.
whatever's next. I know what next. Shh, don't say it. Just pour it in the glass. Fuck it. Give it to us. And then dudes next to us started making fun, so they overheard. Anyways, that's the cooler challenge. If you're down for it,
Joe
I
Hogan?
suggest you you give me that challenge, and I will challenge you. Myself and the Hoot will challenge you. T.I. over here, he's really picky with his drinks and beers and liquors. So
right now for me, it's Yingling when it comes to beer. And I like Modelo. So I got my Yingling. I got my Modelos. In a pinch, I'll take Miller Lite. I'll fall back on that. But number 1 is Yingling. And I'm really digging this bourbon and Coke. I wanted Crown and Coke originally. This was a few weeks ago. But Joe brought me bourbon and Coke, and I didn't even realize the difference. So I thought I was sipping on Crown and Coke.
Yeah.
It was really good.
yeah, he brought you a cheap ass bourbon, and you were like, "No, I know my Crown. This is my Crown," and it wasn't Crown.
Well, I don't think I said all that, but
Yeah, you did.
you know, it's actually been years since I had Crown, so easy mistake, I think.
it is. It is. So Crown is a Canadian whiskey.
Yes.
So Canadian whiskeys are more maltier, and you can tell the difference between Canadian whiskeys and American.
So what
bourbons.
part of the continent is my bourbon from?
Which one? This one, Pendleton? Oh,
Yeah,
it's a bourbon.
Pendleton.
No, it's from Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. All right. So we got some Kentucky whiskey with some Mexican Coke.
He's trying to offer you some ice for your freaking drink, bro.
Oh,
He's
I
trying
didn't
to take
want
the whole.
ice. I wanted a refill.
He's dropping shit.
Okay.
Drop it. You dropping ice. Put it in your glass, bro.
You got the Coke down here?
Oh boy. Now he's all fucking picky.
There's a piece of ice down there. We can't have it like. Where'd it go?
All right, we got ice brought to you by. Is there an? You know what? We used to have an ice company. I think we still do, don't we? I think it was in Armadale or downtown KCMO.
Yeah, there's a couple ice companies out there.
I'm sure everyone's excited about the ice company. Tell us more.
Did we get that piece of ice that was on the floor?
No, man, he didn't pick it up. I don't know what happened to it.
I didn't even know ice fell. Hey, by the way,
I alerted you.
did you put the bourbon in here yet?
Does it look like it?
No, bro.
Joe's
You
the
got-
bourbon
Does he
guy.
have to do everything for you?
You got plenty of Coke.
I come up and set up all this. Somebody could pour me a fucking drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
I poured you
now
your
we're
first
gonna
drink.
By the way, while I was setting
no.
up all of this,
Take a drink. Take a drink of that Coke and then put some bourbon in
You're
there.
right.
So, we are undefeated in our co-ed softball league at City Park
2-0,
on Sundays. We are the Smoketown Red Shirts,
Smoketown.
and we are
Red
2-0.
Man, I
It
should have
was,
brought my
uh,
jersey down.
Who did we beat?
We beat Scared Hitless.
And where did they finish last year?
Oh, they won the whole thing. Yeah.
Did
So-
we just beat the champions twice?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We showed up and we gave them a whomping and a stomping, and then
I think it was leaked that I might be pitching or possibly playing shortstop.
that's what it was. They were terrified of my leadership skills, the general.
So
And,
I
they
was
saw
kind of
him.
upset because I
He
came
wasn't there
all the way back.
That's why we won.
got back in time, and then
That did suck. And then
it did
when you
really
texted me, I was
suck.
like, "Oh, great!" Because now I didn't have to worry about. Okay, long story short, ladies and gentlemen, we won by forfeit. They did not play, so we're 2-0. It's a doubleheader, and we're 2-0 because they didn't.
You know
have
what
enough
really
players,
sucked,
I
though?
guess.
Is I already thought it was going to get canceled because of possible rain. So I was happy. I was like, oh, you know
No,
what?
we were going to play. It wasn't no more rain. It was just.
Well, it was forecasted for rain, is what I'm saying. Saturday, Sunday, it said it
oh,
was gonna
Saturday it like poured, right?
It poured its ass off, but
It did not Saturday. It did that Friday. It didn't rain Saturday, but it was supposed to, but it did not.
I
It
have
did
to
Friday.
beg to differ. Saturday, not
Early?
only did it
Early
rain,
Saturday?
It hailed.
I remember the hell. I do remember the hell. It was fucking my
All
car
right,
up.
Gary, fake Slack. You don't know. So,
Look that shit up.
anyways, it was. It was.
Now he wants to look it up. He's gonna
really
make
I
sure.
was kind of glad.
my notes.
I was kind of glad it was kind of forfeited because it was shitty cold and shitty windy as fuck. You know me and my hair with wind. I am not. Well, we do. Hey, by the way, our sponsor, Smoketown Barbecue, located in
7702 Shawnee Mission Parkway.
Oh, look at that. Tony Hanna has it down now.
and they sponsored our jerseys and our baseball caps. We're gonna have some fine baseball caps. If you would have saw the last episode we had, you would have saw my baseball cap.
So, so the weather on Saturday. So we was in Arkansas. I was with fucking our sons were playing baseball. So when we got to the fields, it was 85 and sunny. 2 hours later, it was raining and 60 degrees. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. I look up, fucking has a blanket on, has a hoodie on, has a jacket on.
You know why? Because he's prepared.
He was prepared.
He's always going to, he's like a soccer mom.
He is like a soccer mom.
A
He
soccer
got a-
Asian mom.
Now it makes sense when he bought the minivan.
Yeah.
Was he in flip-flops?
No. So he comes down.
He knew it.
He comes down. He asks Kenny J. He's like, "Do you want my hoodie?" Kenny J. says no. And I was like, "I will take that hoodie. Give me the hoodie." I was freaking freezing.
Because you're white and pasty, my friend, and
Oh,
you don't
man.
tolerate the cold. But Ken is dark and Filipino, and he's tropical,
I think
too. So.
the whiter you are, the more you can deal with the cold. That's kind of the whole thing, right?
I'll give you a
I
tip.
guess so. Yeah, you're right.
Next time you want to deal with the cold better, just Google this or look at it on YouTube. Learn the Wim Hof breathing method. You'll be able to deal with the cold weather.
Bro, I'm
and
looking at
it's,
your phone. You have 125 unread messages? 125 unread text
I'm a
messages?
popular guy. I can't keep up with all this
No
shit.
wonder.
No, we're all here.
I got people from work.
You know
No
nobody
wonder.
else.
I have
No
people
wonder
from
he
work.
don't. No wonder he don't see our stuff when we text.
I have a hard time keeping up.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, man, it's the original
These
TI.
days, hey,
What?
these days you got to talk to him a little louder. So if we ever have him on, we'll have to turn up our volume just a little bit louder.
Turn up your
a
monitor.
little bit louder.
Turn the monitor.
But
on.
he
Slick
still,
Rick.
but he still has
Look
his
alive.
swag.
Look alive, Slick Rick.
Love you, pops.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Slick Rick.
Yeah, I doubt
I
he's
love-
going to subscribe, but
No, but I love when Slick Rick smacked Tony Henn in the face in front of all his friends.
oh yeah, yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
since-
That was at Kid's house.
That was at fuck Ken's house.
Yeah.
So since we
I
brought
fucking
that to light, so yeah,
All right, one story at a time.
We'll
You know,
explain.
no.
I'm
Let's
not-
go on to our
I'm
next.
not trying to get back, but to explain, when I got
Okay,
slapped
I
the
was
shit out of.
I was not there. I heard the story.
Right? No, don't worry. It ain't that type of reverberation. You know what
Did you say reverb?
exactly?
That's
that
a lot of
way.
reverb. Reverb.
No, so we all snuck out. We used to sneak out of Fuck Ken's house pretty much every night, right? And anyways, we was out until about 6 o'clock in the morning that night. Yes, and we show back up home like routine. It was routine. We'd go out. We'd leave the house about 11 o'clock at night, right? We'd wait for Ken's mom to fall asleep. We'd leave the house, sneak out on the roof, whatever we had to do, and we would go out and we would just drive the city, and we would be out for hours and hours and hours. Anyways, we came home at
Back
6
in the
o'clock in the morning.
90s, Kansas City
Yes.
was hopping.
It was hopping. So, anyways, we would come back and
It's like Nolan Road or
this
Santa
night,
Fe.
this night we came back, and lo and behold, who's standing outside of Ken's house?
Slick Rick.
And Lena, Ken's mom. And my dad has this look on his face, and I'm like, oh, shit. So we go walking up there, and I'm thinking, okay, my dad's going to have a good talk with me when we get in the car. As soon as I'm within arm's reach, I get
Now,
snatched.
son. Now, son.
I get snatched, put
Where have
against
you
the
been,
house.
my friend?
And we'll end
I'm a
it-
nice little tongue licking.
and we'll end it quick. So the thing I'll just tell you about my dad real quick. Anytime I've ever done something, I've done things where I did something that maybe been fucked up or I fucked up. And hey, my dad have a talk with me, whatever. But anytime I ever did something where my dad was scared, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
It
man.
came with a whole
That
different
dude
type.
was worried about you the whole fucking night. Then you show up,
Yeah.
I slapped the shit out of you too.
Dude, hey, my dad didn't play. My dad's
Right.
OG.
No,
My dad does not play.
As a parent, yeah, that's a bad feeling, not knowing.
Hey,
For sure.
funny thing on the way home. So he was taking me, and so Scott was with us. Shout out to Scott. Anyway, so Scott was with
Smokehouse.
us, right? And
Barbecue.
one of the things my dad
I'm
said
a
to
Texas
us
fan.
as we was taking him home, he's like, "You two better take a picture of each other. It's gonna be a long time before you see each other." And we seen each other a couple weeks later. So whatever.
Yeah, I saw you at school. Okay,
Right.
so
I saw him the next day.
Moving on. By the way, you guys been watching the playoffs?
you know what? I didn't even know the playoffs were going on. NBA.
Here we go.
I didn't even know the playoffs were even fucking happening. I didn't know. I mean, is it because I'm not watching? Yeah, probably. So maybe you guys could speak about it more.
So here we go with the
Is
NBA.
LeBron in it? Or is the Lakers?
Well, we'll get to LeBron, but he's not the big story. The big story is Draymond Green.
Oh shit! I have it written down here. Draymond Green stumps on
And
second
the stomp.
Sabonis. Okay.
Now Sabonis did. It looked like he did grab his foot a little bit.
Yes. Okay. No.
But they both got technicals.
All right. I will say from the get go, from the first time I saw him play, Draymond Green is a really good role player. I do not like him. He's a fucking bully, and he's an asshole.
That's his role. That's his role.
Remember, he used to kick people in the fucking nuts on
Yeah.
purpose, and he claimed, "Oh, I didn't do that." He's a dirty player. I do not like him. He's a fucking cancer on the team. So I'm done with that. You guys go ahead.
Hold on. So you was getting
But
real
hold on.
loud.
I want
Is
Walt
he
to
a
tell us how he
cancer?
really feels.
No. I understand, but is he a cancer on the team? He plays the role that he's given on his
He's not a
team.
cancer. He is not a cancer.
He's
He
a
is
cancer because he gets technical fouls, he gets kicked out, and he does stupid shit.
Is he a
So,
cancer
yes.
to the NBA? Maybe.
No, to your team.
No, 'cause he plays the role that they need.
I just said he's a great role player, but he can be a cancer. Well, who else is going to step up and tell him, stop doing that stupid shit?
Well, here's the question.
Even his own mama had to call him and say, stop doing that. What are you doing, boy?
You know what? Okay, so I thought about it. He probably is a cancer at some level, but he hasn't been a big enough cancer, and he's still so impactful, right? He brings a lot of passion.
I wouldn't sign him.
He brings a lot of passion to that team, and I think it bleeds into other people, and it might even make them play even harder because Draymond Green, he puts it all out there. And I'm with you, though. When you see him do dirty plays, it's hard to want to defend
It's
that.
childish.
It's really hard to want to
So here it
defend
is,
and
like,
celebrate a player like that.
They have been together for so long. Like, they're brothers. So it's like when we go out drinking and one of us does something stupid, we're like, this motherfucker. But you still got his back no matter what.
But then after a while,
No matter
our
what.
friends grow up, don't we? Do we not?
Have
he?
we?
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah, that's questionable.
We
in
don't
some
fight
ways,
as much as we used to.
is Draymond still their best defensive player?
It has to be Wiggins. No, it's
He
Wiggins.
used to be.
Wiggins.
I don't know if he is anymore, but I know a few years back.
I don't like him.
Without
If his-
question.
If his
I
own
don't like
mama,
him either. I do not like him at all.
If his own
I do
mama has
not.
to call him up and tell him stop doing that,
But-
kicking everybody in the nuts, and then he stopped doing that,
But he plays a role and he's good at it. And I don't know.
I wouldn't sign him.
But
If I owned the KC Kings basketball team here in Kansas City,
the
I would
KC
not.
Kings?
I would not.
Did you ever go to a Casey Kings game?
Yes, I
you?
did.
I did not.
One time. I was bored. I
Tony-
remember that.
Tony Hanna, did you go to Casey?
No, I lived in Utah at the time that we had the Kings here. So I did go to one
Oh,
Utah
hey.
Jazz game.
Oh, you saw Stockton and Malone?
Yeah.
So
Well, I say yeah so quick. I don't know if they was even on the fucking team when we went.
They were.
I know they played.
They were.
They probably.
Because I remember
yeah.
you used to talk about them when we were
So-
kids.
When we went to the Jazz game, the only thing I remember about it, right, there was this family sitting in front of us. It was a smaller family. And directly right in front of them was this pretty big dude and his hot girlfriend.
Wait, smaller family
Or
compared to
wife.
your family? You
So
only
when I
have
say
you and your
small
sister.
family, shorter people, right? Because my dad's like,
Oh, here it
6'1".
goes. Here it goes. Now he has something against little people. Oh, here it goes. Oh, shit.
Little people is how it's supposed to be said, right? Little people.
Yeah, whatever. So, anyways, this guy was with his family. They're watching the game, and he has his kids with him, right? And this is all I remember from it. Well, one of his kids accidentally, because the jackass in front of him was sitting right there, he accidentally hit a seat. And he turned around and he started cussing. He cussed at the kid. And then I remember he tried to punk the dad. He's like, hey, you better get a handle on your kid, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, whoa. And my dad, right? My dad's not a big guy. He's about 6 foot, but I mean, he's
thin built.
But my dad's always been, my dad don't play. So anyways, my dad stands up and fucking calls this guy out. He just calls him out. He just basically is like, hey, you need to turn around and watch the fucking game. And then that's all my dad said. Sat the fuck down. That's all I remember.
And everybody was
from that trip.
We're chill. Everybody's chill.
I'm gonna tell you something about my dad. When my dad gets upset about something, he has a switch that takes over, and it's just like people don't want to deal with crazy sometimes. So.
That's why this dude's named Slick Rick.
Yep. Anyway, so
Slick Rick.
We're talking about the NBA playoffs here briefly. I haven't been following every team. I'm only really following the Lakers Grizzlies series.
Okay, so that's the next big story is Dylan Brooks talking shit on LeBron or talking shit to LeBron.
Fuck
LeBron tried to talk shit back, and they were going back and forth, but then LeBron kind of quiet, and I saw the highlights.
Here's the thing. Look, LeBron ain't got time to deal with somebody like Dylan Brooks, man. He's trying
to make a name for himself.
Right.
I mean, he was good. I mean, he was kicking ass, and I mean, it's a playoff game.
Dylan Brooks is trying to make it sound like, ooh, it's the Dylan Brooks LeBron rivalry.
Yeah, don't do that.
Dude, you ain't
it's
it,
not.
bro.
Yeah, he's trying to build his marketing game.
Yeah.
His profile.
There's only a few people that could say that, man. There's only a few people out there could say it, and Dylan Brooks, you ain't it, man. You are.
I just hope
bro.
that LeBron dunks on him next game.
Yeah. So
badly.
I've been following the series, and the only reason I'm really following the series with the Lakers and Grizzlies, I haven't followed the NBA much this year, but I've always kind of followed LeBron, right? Whenever there's somebody that I feel like, hey, there's greatness before us, right? There's somebody that's doing something that's special right now. So I followed LeBron for quite a while. So right now they beat the Grizzlies in the first game. AD balled out, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
LeBron balled out. He did his thing. What's that white boy, Austin Rivas? I said it. He
Austin
balled out.
Reeves.
He balled out.
That dude's for real.
Yeah.
That dude's for real.
And they even had another guy on the team. I don't even remember his name right now, but he balled out in the first game, too.
It starts with an M.
Yeah,
because he was hitting all the threes.
That guy. That must
It
have been
starts
the guy.
with an M.
Right.
I think it's a silent P, Pem.
I had more information than Tony did.
Guys, you guys need to do your fucking homework, man. At least I do. I do some research, but you guys need to come out with some
This
names.
guy.
Oh man.
So anyways, so we're not done, right? So Lakers went on to win the first one. And here's my opinion. I think it all comes down to Anthony Davis. The Grizzlies, dude, they got a lot of firepower.
Oh, did you see him get
They
blocked?
got a lot of firepower.
You see his dunk get blocked?
Yeah.
Was that game two?
And that dude was like
Game
5'9".
Yeah.
Because
That
I'm
don't
like
surprise
5'9", and he's like 5'9" too. I'm like, yes.
Nah, he was a tall dude too, but like,
Oh,
yeah,
alright.
no.
So let's talk about
It
this.
was,
Do you know
man.
why they won game one? I think because Anthony Davis, he balled out, right?
And they won game one because the Lakers were fucking on fire from three.
That too.
Because they double team AD, wide open three. You got to
Exactly.
hit him.
They
You
double
gotta hit
teamed
it.
AD, but
You
in
gotta hit
game
it.
two they didn't have to double team as much. You know why? He wasn't hitting like he was.
And like,
He
their
had an off game.
And their 3-point percentage was way down from game one.
Yep. So if you rely on what helped you win the first game, yeah, that's kind of tough when you're relying on 3 points. So, anyways, interesting that they lost game two because the Grizzlies were without Ja Morant.
Yes. I was like, man, this is.
I have a potential theory to that. Do you think sometimes a team might have a little bit better chemistry when you remove a certain player because that player is so dominant in what they do that the other team
Absolutely.
other
It
player
becomes
just kinda stand
one-dimensional.
around-
When you got that one star, it becomes one-dimensional. And then the rest of the team, they're just not comfortable. They're just kind of wait around. So he
He jacked our chemistry up.
He was a fucking complete athlete.
Oh,
So,
yeah, he was our point guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't play with him because he was on a whole total different level. So I can understand how, some of these teams are just, you just got to.
No, so here's the thing. The reason I'm really intrigued by this is that I think this is LeBron's last chance to win a championship. He's 38 years old, okay? And Anthony Davis, is he going to be able to rely on Anthony Davis being healthy again next year? It's actually an anomaly that he's healthy right now for the playoffs. Anthony Davis, okay?
Right. So they are lined up because if they win this, they'll play the Kings if they beat the Warriors.
Yes.
So they're lined up to go to the Western Conference Championship against either the Nuggets or the Suns.
Yep. So I think
Okay,
for me,
so I'll start watching the playoffs. Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
it's kind of interesting. It's interesting enough, but I'll just say this real quick. So I think for LeBron, possibly the number is 5, and what I mean by that is he's won 4 championships, right? If he could win this year, win that 5th one, I think that does a lot for the argument for him as the GOAT.
So here,
Not saying he is, but
here's another thing about LeBron. This is good and bad. So he played in 10 straight finals. 10 straight finals. Obviously, he lost 6.
Yeah.
I mean, but he took some pretty bad Cleveland teams to the finals. And another thing, he ran up against a dynasty, the Warriors.
He did.
If the Warriors weren't there, he probably has like 3 more championships, right?
And him and Kyrie possibly stick together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no,
there's a lot to think about there.
He just ran into a bad time where like the Warriors were like on fire.
Kind of like our co-ed softball team. If the Scared Hitless weren't there, we'd
Kind of
win
true.
a lot of
Kind of true.
championships.
It's kind of like if our team, if like all the girls showed up, if Kayla would still play, and if Bashley,
Yeah. That'd be
if
pretty
Bashley-
awesome.
Oh,
That'd be
yeah.
pretty
If
awesome.
Bashley came back,
Ashley came back. Could you imagine?
Actually,
And then
So
what if
anyways-
my
Yeah. Oh, anyway. So, anyways, yeah. We ain't moving on yet. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. So,
cut-
anyways,
cut Waltz off. I
it's
like
it's
it.
fine.
I
It's
like
fine. Hey,
it.
it ain't the first time he cut somebody. I'll fuck that shit. So, anyways,
oh, Tony's feeling that bourbon now. He's feeling that bourbon. He's feeling that bourbon.
he's got notes.
hey,
He's got
hey,
notes.
Yeah, I got notes. Hey, he hit you with the hard cutoff earlier. You remember that shit?
When was it?
You had a look on your face. You was like, well, you'll see it in the playback. You'll see it in the playback.
Okay, yeah.
He basically shushed your ass.
Oh, you shush me?
No, I'm exaggerating it. But anyways, he's the only player, and I'm looking at my notes, guys. He's the only player in NBA history, though, to record at least 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists, right?
No.
He's actually third all-time in assists, and he's not a
Yes.
point guard, by the way.
He's
And
number 1 in points and 3rd in assists.
right.
What the fuck is that? Yeah.
19 straight
All-Star games?
All-Star games.
Yeah.
Time to give this man his flowers. There's a lot of hate, but he brings that on himself. Man, you just sit back, LeBron, let everyone else call you great. Quit calling it out.
Well,
That's
here's the difference.
not helping you, bro. But I love you still.
Like Jordan and Kobe, they were like straight killers. They didn't care. They didn't care what was going to happen. They were going to win no matter what.
All right, so
LeBron is just kind of like chill. He's more of a chill dude.
Sports Center just did a recent poll.
Okay, sports.
All right. And then this is the greatest basketball player ever in history.
Oh, okay.
So Michael Jordan, like I said,
Still the greatest.
deleted episode. Michael Jordan, I said it was the best player ever in history.
I'm a LeBron fan, and I'm not an MJ fan. But I will still say MJ is the best player ever.
Oh, okay. So Michael Jordan got 58%, and LeBron James got 33%.
I think I'm surprised. I think MJ would get more.
I thought so too. I thought it was going to be higher. So that.
But look, think about it. We all grew up with MJ. Now, who's all voting right now? Is it like a bunch of fucking young kids that
yeah.
not us?
But
But here's the thing, to your poll, right? So 33-58. Back to what I said a second ago is like, if he wins this year, what does that poll look like then? If we ask this question, if they win the championship this year, doesn't that percentage change? You would think it would.
So I think this is a deciding factor. Michael Jordan was 6-0 in the finals. LeBron is 4-6 in the finals.
But then we also got to consider who were they matched up against and who did they have playing next to them.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the end result is the end result.
Yes. And I'll say the last thing I'll say about this for me is that, you know what? This ain't even a debate worth having unless they win it this year. So until they win it this year, I think the GOAT conversation is moot. We all know it's Michael Jordan right now.
It's actually pronounced moo, like a cow.
Is it?
Yeah. Moo.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you sound
Dark.
No, but we do have to talk about
what you said. I didn't say it.
very exciting fight coming up tomorrow.
Yes, let's talk about
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yes.
That's going to be some badass fight tomorrow. Okay, so T.I.?
So we got Ryan the King Garcia versus Gervonta the Tank.
This is
Davis.
boxing.
This is
Boxing, right?
boxing. This
Straight
is
up boxing.
Yes. So we got Ryan Garcia. He's I think
And they're both undefeated, right?
They're both undefeated. Ryan Garcia is 23-0 with 19 knockouts.
That's a good
And then Gervonta Davis, let's see, he's 28-0 and he has 26 knockouts. So
Oh, I want
So,
Devontae.
ladies and gentlemen,
he
think
dropped
about
bombs.
this. These folks have never been knocked the fuck out, but they knocked the fuck out everybody else. Okay, compared to their records, they're both young, and they just knock everybody out. They're undefeated. This is going to be a great match, and I'll be honest with you. For the last few years, I have not been a big fan of boxing because of the decisions. Because of the referee, it's just been.
And that sucks because growing up, boxing was awesome, right?
It
like,
was.
It was awesome.
I mean,
It
we
was like
had
bam,
Cesar
bam,
Chavez.
bam.
We had like a lot of flair, but then
It was like the pay-per-views were like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm getting it. Mike Tyson.
Canelo.
yeah,
I
like
watch
that.
him. I watch him all the
De
time.
Hoya.
I love Canelo. Yeah, De La Hoya, and it, like remember Hector Camacho? With the flashy shorts and shit.
Chavez.
Talk a lot of crap. Sugar Ray Leonard. Come on, man. Foreman. They're about to have a movie about Foreman.
Yes.
That was boxing, but for some reason it just fell out of favor, and it's all about UFC now.
Yeah, but UFC they get paid a lot less. It's awful.
Because you know why? There's so many fighters, and you know
Yeah.
what? The difference between these
Dana
fighters
White
and
is
boxing
just stealing
fighters,
money from people.
these fighters, UFC fighters and boxing fighters. UFC fighters, they tell you, look, you're going to fight so-and-so. And they're like, fuck it, let's do it. I'll fight anybody. Boxing, they're like,
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You haven't
boxing
taken
is
a drug
more-
test. And
more
where am I going to
strategic.
fight? Is it air
More strategic.
conditioned? Is it going to be outside? I don't know. It's going to be a little moist. I mean, what kind of gloves am I going to wear?
Did you say moist?
Hey, so
Moist,
hey,
like
so
dew.
since you're talking about that, right? It's kind of like the state of boxing. Let's go ahead and hear what Roy Jones has to say. What's wrong with the state of boxing right now?
You can't win if you're scared to lose. If you don't fight the best opponent out there, then what you doing? You're wasting time. You understand me? That's why we don't like what we're seeing in boxing now. The best don't want to fight the best. You understand? What happened to the days when Roy Jones was on the throne? What happened to those days? Nobody cares no more about being the best? I don't understand that.
De La Hoya?
So, yeah, we know it's a chance
Chavez.
anybody might get beat. Anybody can land one punch and do anything at any time. That's part of what we go through. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to be the best, you wouldn't go take their test. If you don't take their test, you can never claim or profess to be the best.
He's
Feel
talking
me?
facts
Can't
here.
win.
Talking facts.
Yeah, so
I love that. Talking facts.
Roy Jones nailed it, right? So I'll tell you where that came from, I believe. So Oscar De La Hoya, and I'm a little disappointed in this. So there's another guy we haven't talked about named Devin Haney, okay? And he's in the same weight class. And that's what's so funky about boxing. They have all these different titles, okay? But not a lot of people know about Devin Haney. You know why, though? He don't have a lot of knockouts. He goes to a lot of decisions. But here's the thing about Devin Haney. He's probably the most technical boxer in that weight class right now, but he just doesn't have that household name that Gervonta Tank Davis brings and the one that Ryan Garcia brings.
So, I want to make one quick interjection here. I heard on ESPN today. They were talking about how Michael Jordan and LeBron are UFC fighters. There's like all out there, and LeBron is a boxer. I'm fucking picking my shit, whatever, being careful,
Technical.
Yeah.
being technical. But
Okay.
the Kobe and MJ were just like, we don't give a fuck. We're just going out there and banging.
Yeah, they didn't care about their
Okay,
teammates.
I like that analogy. So, but the whole thing with Oscar, when they asked him, they said, "Hey, what do you think's next for Ryan Garcia if he beats Gervonta Davis, or even for Gervonta Davis if he beats Ryan Garcia?" And he's just like, they said, "Do you think they should fight Devin Haney?" And right away, he just flat out said, "No, I don't think so." And
So De La Hoya was never one to be like, nope, I'm not doing. I don't want to rematch. He's like, you want to rematch? Nope.
Yeah.
He
And so
was
De La
never-
Hoya with his
nah,
fighters. So with his fighters, right? So the whole thing with De La Hoya with his fighters, he's just like, De La Hoya is trying to carefully pick who the
Yes,
hell they're going to fight.
absolutely.
Right? But
That
I
is
wanna
De
give
La
a
Hoya
I
for
want to give it a
sure.
shout out to Garcia. By the way, we talked about Gervonta. They've never been knocked out, right? Gervonta, I believe, anyone could correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe he's ever been knocked down. Ryan Garcia, I know, has been knocked down once, and he was fighting Luke Campbell for the title.
Knocked down, but not knocked out.
Like
No, knocked
Uncle
down.
Uncle Luke.
Yeah, he's
Uncle
undefeated
Luke?
still. He got knocked down, but he came back and knocked Luke out. So with a body shot, by the way. He has a mean-ass left hook, ladies and gentlemen. Gervonta Davis, by the way, he has a mean hook. Ryan Garcia has more speed. Gervonta has more power. So it's a classic. It's a classic.
Yeah, I think the Mexican fighter is more of a technical, and I think the Tank is more like a Mike Tyson, like a smaller Mike Tyson. So who do you have?
Oh, that's a tough one. Before I decide,
Who are you picking? Because you are our boxing.
Yes. I will say this real quick before I say who I'm going to pick. I'm going to let you know how the other boxing legends have been weighing in on this. So the last big fight that I can remember.
You're going to pick against them?
No. So the last big fight that I remember, right? Let me finish my thought.
Okay,
so the last big fight that I remember that other boxers got excited for, or even anyone seemed to care about, was when Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury. Okay.
When Fury thought he knocked him out,
right? I'm gonna tell you right now. What I'm seeing from the legends and what I'm seeing online is there's a lot more excitement for this fight. Okay, you got a 28-year-old in Gervonta Davis. He's the favorite, right? You have 23-year-old Ryan Garcia. They both have
He's only 23.
Yeah. They both.
I do agree with that.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
So what I was trying to say is, so you got Mike Tyson out there, right? He thinks Gervonta, he's probably going to take it. I won't go into the others. The one I found was interesting was Julio Cesar Chavez. I'll tell you my pick before I tell you what Chavez said. Senior, the legend.
Yeah.
I want Ryan Garcia to win it. I think he's a more exciting fighter to watch, and I think he is actually the more skilled fighter. The concern that I have is the power that Gervonta has. We'll just have to see how it goes. So I think it's going to come down to who gets that first good shot. But I'm going to stay strong.
Are you going to watch
pick.
it on Crack Stream?
I'm going to pay for this one.
Oh, so okay. If you don't want to, John Aguilar is paying for it.
Or is that where you're going to go watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go there,
I'm probably going to go watch it there.
There we go.
I don't want to watch this fight at home by myself.
No, yeah. John Aguilar, he's like, let's do it.
So my pick, though.
He was about to fucking choose his pick. Now you want to fucking cut him off? He's going to start all over again.
No, I'm not. So my pick, I'm going to go against what Camacho, or what Julio Cesar Chavez said. I almost said Hector Camacho. The guy's dead. But I'm going to go with Ryan Garcia.
You're the technical guy.
And here's what Chavez said.
You're not going with the big puncher. You're going with the technical guy. Right?
I don't even know that he's
technical, not big puncher.
You can say they're both technical, though. They're both technical.
Well, it seems like the other guy, he's knocked everybody out.
The difference is you got speed. They're both fast, right? Ryan's a little bit faster, and then Gervonta's got a little bit more power.
What weight class is this?
They're 135. So,
what does Vegas say?
They're Gervonta for sure. But here's what Julio Cesar said.
They're thinking knockout.
Julio Cesar Chavez dismissed Ryan Garcia big time. He fucking dismissed him, right? They asked him about one of his previous fights, and he literally said, yeah, he goes, I don't watch garbage. I couldn't believe he said this.
You know what? Because he's mad.
He probably fought against his pussy-ass son.
Who knows?
Right. So he's just like trying to build his legacy. Like, I want no one else to build a legacy behind him.
Here's what I think it might be. So I think there's a stigma that Ryan Garcia has right now, right? So when he was Canelo's protege, everyone was so big on him. Canelo was so big on him. When Ryan Garcia started doing a bunch of TikTok videos, they was like, oh, he's worried about his social media. So they said old school thinking, right? Where Ryan Garcia is smart. He's seeing what's going on right now. He's seeing that the biggest paydays are given to fucking Jake Paul. Are you fucking kidding me? Because he has a huge media following. He does TikToks. He does all that.
And he's fighting Nate Diaz, right?
Kind of like at Astra Boys.
Yes.
We get paid.
Yes.
And I want to watch Nate Diaz fucking fuck up Jake Paul.
I want to watch that Astra Boys.
That would be great. And did you know?
Hopefully, we don't get deleted this time.
So Garcia and
this episode
Davis.
Every episode is better. Don't you think every episode is better?
A little bit better. So Garcia and Davis, they said they're betting their entire purse. So they're on.
Whatever. No.
It's verbal, right? It's verbal, and I'm with you because it's not on the dotted line. They ain't signed shit.
Okay, so who am I going for? Thanks for asking, T.I.
I told you Ryan Garcia for myself.
I'm going for Garcia because he's a Mexican fighter. He's a technical fighter, and he's the underdog. I'm going to put my money on him.
I think it's Johnson. He sounds like he fucking throws bombs.
He does.
Oh, I love that. That's what you want to watch.
So you're going to go for the Tank?
I want to go for this motherfucker going to throw bombs. Yup. Let's throw some fucking bombs.
All right. You heard it here in that Astra Boy.